tell us we're just kids, like that means we don't have our problems. Like our hearts don't break, like our minds don't get tired, like we don't lay awake at night thinking about everything we wish we could fix. We're supposed to go to school, get good grades, make friends, look good, act happy, figure out our futures, all while we're trying to figure out ourselves. They ask, what do you want to do when you grow up? But how are we supposed to know when some days we don't even know who we are? We watch people online living perfect lives with perfect skin, perfect relationships, perfect bodies, perfect everything. And then we look at ourselves and wonder why we don't feel the same. We compare our lives to pictures that took 50 tries to get right. We pretend we're confident when we're secretly wondering if anyone actually likes us. We fall in love and get our hearts broken. And people laugh and say you're young, you'll get over it. But they don't understand. It was real to us. Our friendships can hurt. Our families can hurt. Our own thoughts can hurt. Sometimes the people who are supposed to understand don't understand it at all. And sometimes we don't even understand ourselves. We can be surrounded by hundreds of people and still feel completely alone. We put headphones on and turn the music up because it's easier than explaining what's wrong. We smile at school and fall apart in our bedrooms. We say, I'm just tired, because saying, I don't know what's happening to me feels too difficult. Everyone except us has their future planned. Nobody tells us how scary the future can feel. College, jobs, money, relationships, growing up. Everyone says you have your whole life ahead of you, and sometimes that's comforting, but sometimes it's terrifying, because growing up means leaving behind your childhood, people, places, versions of ourselves we'll never get back, and somehow we're expected to handle it all while still being called immature and not knowing everything. We're teenagers, we're learning, we're going to mess up, and we're going to cry over things, over people we don't understand. We're going to make mistakes, we're going to regret things, we're going to change our minds, and that's okay. Because maybe being a teenager isn't supposed to be easy. Maybe it's supposed to be messy. Maybe we're supposed to feel lost before we find ourselves. So if you're a teenager sitting alone in your room tonight wondering why everything feels so hard, I hope you remember. You don't have to have your whole life figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to pretend you're okay every second. You're allowed to be confused. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to grow slowly. You're allowed to be exactly who you are. Because you're not just a kid. You're a person who's trying to survive a chapter you've never lived before. And sometimes it's okay to look back at the version of yourself and realize you were stronger than you ever knew.